Hello! So we love creative writing, and if you haven't seen it, we made a video on our second channel last year where we took a writing prompt and we each wrote our own story based off of that prompt to see how different they would be, and we thought we'd do it again today on the main channel. So our stories both have to start with the phrase, "When I looked in the mirror, I noticed the face staring back at me wasn't my own." We've already written our stories. I haven't heard hers yet, she hasn't heard mine yet, but before we read them to you, if you want to write a story based off of this prompt yourself, pause this video, go write that, and leave it down in the comments or send it to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, one of those, because we'd love to see what you guys come up with. Okay, on with our stories. I volunteer to go first. When I looked in the mirror, I noticed the face staring back at me wasn't my own. It looked oddly familiar, but it couldn't have been mine. It didn't have dark colors splashed under the eyes, or worry lines snaked across the forehead, or acne polka dotted around the cheeks. Its eyes were sparkling like a swimming pool on a perfect summer afternoon. And, most notably, it was smiling. Who was this stranger? I stared back at her for moments that felt like hours but were probably mere seconds. I knew this woman. I recognized her. She was no stranger to me at all. I'd met her on multiple occasions but hadn't seen her in several years. I thought I'd lost contact with her. I figured I'd grown apart from her, gone separate ways and would never see her again. Yet there she was. I thought I'd completely forgotten this woman, but as she stood there inches away from me, the memories I shared with her came flooding back. My 10th birthday party, my high school prom, summer road trips, morning walks on the beach, riding roller coasters, eating chocolate ice cream, dancing to pop music, laughing at comedy movies, sleeping in, splashing in puddles. Everything was so vivid and clear to me. Oh, what a lovely woman I remember her to be. She was beautiful and confident and loving and patient and calm and motivated and kind, and most notably, she was happy. Seeing her face again made me realize how much things had changed during our time apart. I didn't make those types of memories anymore. I didn't look the same, act the same, or feel the same as I used to back when she was around. I wasn't the same person at all anymore. Then why did she come back? How was she here? Was I dreaming? I pinched myself and glanced back up at the mirror. She was still there. I rubbed frantically at my eyes. She was still there. I dusted the glass using my sleeve, and believe it or not, she was still there. It felt like there was a tornado spiraling inside my brain, sending thoughts, feelings, and memories flying in every direction. I stared into her glistening eyes, and she stared back into mine. I blinked. She blinked. I blinked again. She blinked again. And finally, everything made sense. Time passes, things happen, and people change. But then, more time passes, more things happen, and people change again. I'd already figured out that good things in life don't last forever, but as I gazed into the mirror that day, I learned that bad things in life don't last forever either. I noticed the corners of my mouth were turned upwards, just like hers were. In that moment, I felt beautiful and confident and motivated. For the first time in a long time, I was happy. And so was the woman in the mirror. I am spooked. Wait till you hear my story. Really? Yeah. Like... I am spooked. Wait till you hear my story. Are you shook? I am so shook. Can you sit down? No. Alright, here's my story. When I looked in the mirror, I noticed the face staring back at me wasn't my own. She looked just like me, but different. Her eyes were just like mine, only whiter and more saturated. They sparkled in a way mine never did. The messy bun I kept my hair in was replaced with long locks worn in curls that framed her face perfectly. Instead of my typical oversized t-shirt with no pants look, she wore a light yellow sundress spotted in white polka dots. Her smile was what struck me the most. Unlike mine, hers existed. Not only did it exist, but it existed in a way that made you forget that anything else had ever existed. Big and toothy, it stretched across her face from one rosy cheek to the other. It was beautiful. She was beautiful. But she wasn't me. She couldn't be. My mind must have been playing tricks on me. I rubbed my eyes to make the image go away, but when I looked again, she was still there, mirroring every move I made perfectly in sync with me. The longer I looked at her, the more I began to recognize her. Standing before me was a girl who I had not seen in so long. The last time I saw her was over a year ago. She was cheerful, confident, outgoing. She spent her time giggling with her friends and humming to herself as she went about her day. She wore her optimism on her sleeve. She had a smile and a laugh that was contagious. Her radiant complexion and her bubbly personality had a way of lighting up every room she entered. She was sweet. She was kind. She was happy. She was beautiful. But one day, she left. In her place was a new girl who was distant, reserved, somber. She didn't talk much, and when she did, it was usually to say that she didn't feel like talking. No one really knew her, seeing as though she spent most of her time alone in her bedroom. On the days she would leave her house, she appeared tired, bored, and uninterested in anything that was going on around her. Her friends and family did their best to try to make her happy, but it was as if she didn't have the ability to be. She was sad, she was lonely, she was hurting, she was broken. She stayed for a long time. I got to know her pretty well during her stay. It was only at that moment, looking into the mirror, that I realized she had finally left. Standing on the other side of the glass where she had stood was the other girl, radiant complexion, bubbly personality, and all. I couldn't believe she was here. I'd gone so long without seeing her, I just assumed I would never see her again. After all those months of being sad and lonely, of feeling hurt and broken, of just wishing she would come back, here she was. She was just how I remembered her. Her eyes were the same, her hair was the same, her smile was the same. She was back. And this time, she stayed. In fact, she's still here. I don't know how long she'll stay, but I have a feeling she will be here for a while. I cherish every day I have with her. She is cheerful, confident, outgoing. She is sweet, she is kind, she is happy, she is beautiful, and she is me.
What the hell?
We wrote the same fucking story!
Oh my god!
This is crazy!
That wasn't the plan!
That was so not the plan! Like, okay, right, we mentioned the same words. Like we said, the sparkle in the eye, rub the eyes to get the...
She was confident, she was beautiful.
I don't even...
This didn't happen the last time we played this
Last
game.
time our stories were so different, though. Like, they were so different.
Oh my god, I'm so shook.
I don't even know.
Are you shook? Should I laugh? Should I cry? What does this mean?
What does this mean? Well, we are understandably still shook. This video did not go at all how we thought we would, but we really hope you liked it. We're thinking about starting a series of these types of videos, either here on our main channel or probably our second channel. Let us know what you think about that, but if we do that, we're gonna need more writing prompts, so leave us some ideas in the comments if you have any. And if you played along at home, please share your stories with us as well. Maybe you wrote the same story we did.
Yeah, but whatever you wrote, we want to read it.
Well, we hope you're well, hope you're living your best life today, and we will see you soon. Bye!